Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the top 10 most dangerous places in the world. These locations are not for the faint-hearted, so buckle up and let's get started. Our planet, a vibrant tapestry of life and landscapes, also harbors corners of extreme peril, places where the very elements conspire against survival and where human presence is often met with formidable, sometimes lethal, resistance. These are not mere points on a map, but crucibles where nature's power is displayed in its most raw and unforgiving forms, testing the limits of all that dares to venture within. From the scorching breath of deserts that can desiccate life in moments, to the crushing pressures of the deepest oceans and the thin, frigid air of the highest peaks. These are realms where caution is not just a virtue, but a vital necessity. We shall explore locales where the ground itself seethes with geothermal fury, where ancient tribes guard their isolation with fierce determination, and where the unseen legacies of human miscalculation linger with potent menace. It is a journey that will take us to the very precipice of what is survivable, showcasing the Earth's capacity for both breathtaking beauty and terrifying might. Join me, Abdul Sabur Rashid, as we embark on this expedition into the world's most hazardous territories. We will witness environments that challenge our understanding of resilience and encounter forces that have shaped our planet for millennia. This exploration is not merely about cataloguing danger, but about appreciating the profound power of the natural world and the extraordinary adaptations, or stark warnings, it presents. Prepare to be captivated, and perhaps a little unnerved as we uncover the secrets of these formidable domains, where every moment can be a struggle for existence. Here, in the Mojave Desert of California, lies a place aptly named Death Valley. It is a land of stark, almost brutal beauty, a vast expanse sculpted by geological forces over eons, resulting in a landscape that is as visually stunning as it is profoundly inhospitable. The very air seems to shimmer with an intensity that speaks of the extreme conditions that prevail. This is one of the lowest points in North America, a basin that traps the sun's relentless energy, transforming the valley floor into a veritable oven, capable of reaching temperatures that defy comprehension and challenge the very essence of life. The official record, a staggering 134 degrees Fahrenheit or 56.7 degrees Celsius, was logged here at Furnace Creek in 1913. Such temperatures are not merely uncomfortable, they are actively hostile to most forms of life. The ground itself can become so hot that it can cause severe burns, and the air, stripped of moisture, offers little respite. Water, the elixir of life, is a scarce and precious commodity, its absence defining the struggle for survival for the few specialized creatures and hardy plants that have managed to eke out an existence in this unforgiving domain. The valley's unique geography plays a crucial role in creating these extreme conditions. High, steep mountain ranges flank the long, narrow basin, trapping hot air and preventing its escape. As this air circulates, it is compressed and heated further, a relentless cycle that maintains the valley's furnace-like atmosphere. Rain is a rare event, and when it does occur, it often comes in violent, short-lived bursts, leading to flash floods that can dramatically, albeit temporarily, reshape the arid landscape, carving new channels through the parched earth and moving vast quantities of sediment. Yet even in this seemingly barren wasteland, life, in its most resilient forms, persists. Tiny pupfish, relics of a wetter past, survive in isolated saline pools, their existence a testament to the tenacity of evolution. Nocturnal creatures like the kangaroo rat have adapted to escape the daytime heat, venturing out only under the comparative cool of the starlit sky. These are not just survivors, they are masters of endurance, their physiology and behavior finely tuned to the extreme rhythms of Death Valley, a stark reminder of nature's innovative power. To venture into Death Valley unprepared is to court disaster. The risk of dehydration and heat stroke is ever present, and even the most experienced travelers must exercise extreme caution. The shimmering mirages on the horizon can play tricks on the mind, and the vast, silent landscapes can be both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. It is a place that demands respect, a powerful illustration of Earth's capacity to create environments where human frailty is starkly exposed, and where the sun reigns supreme with an almost tyrannical power. Our journey now takes us to the Horn of Africa, to northeastern Ethiopia and the Danakil Desert. This is a place that seems almost otherworldly, a landscape painted in lurid yellows, greens and oranges, not by an artist's hand, but by the raw elemental forces of geology. It is often cited as one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth, a region where the very ground beneath one's feet seems to writhe with geothermal energy, and the air is thick with the acrid scent of sulfur. Here, the Earth's crust is thin, and the boundary of tectonic plates creates a volatile, ever-changing canvas. The Danakil Depression, part of the larger Afar Triangle, plummets to over 100 meters below sea level, making it one of the lowest and hottest places on the planet. Daytime temperatures regularly soar above 50 degrees Celsius, or 122 Fahrenheit, creating an atmosphere of relentless, suffocating heat. But it is not just the heat that makes this region so perilous. The landscape is pockmarked with bubbling hydrothermal systems, acid ponds and salt pans that stretch to the horizon, creating a scene of desolate alien beauty that belies its inherent dangers. One of the most striking features is the Dalol hydrothermal field. Here, superheated water, rich in dissolved minerals, rises from deep within the earth, creating a bizarre tableau of colorful brine pools and sulfur springs. The vibrant hues are a result of various iron oxides and other mineral compounds, but these pools are highly acidic and extremely hot, capable of causing severe chemical burns. Toxic gases, including chlorine and sulfur dioxide, vent from fissures in the ground, making the air itself a hazard, requiring visitors to be acutely aware of wind direction and potential gas accumulations. Despite these extreme conditions, the Afar people have called this region home for centuries. They are renowned for their resilience and their ancient tradition of mining salt from the vast sun-baked salt flats. Caravans of camels still traverse this brutal landscape, transporting slabs of salt in a practice that has changed little over generations. Their ability to survive and thrive in such an environment is a remarkable testament to human adaptation and endurance, a deep understanding of the land passed down through countless years of experience. The Danakil Desert is a geological wonderland, a place where the processes that shape our planet are laid bare. It is a window into the Earth's fiery heart, with active volcanoes like Erta Ale, which hosts one of the world's few permanent lava lakes, offering a mesmerizing yet terrifying glimpse of molten rock. To explore Danakil is to witness the raw power of nature in one of its most extreme manifestations, a constant reminder of the dynamic and often violent forces that continue to sculpt our world. We ascend now from the scorching depths of deserts to the rarefied air of the highest point on Earth, Mount Everest. Standing at a colossal 8,848.86 meters, or 29,031.7 feet above sea level, this majestic peak in the Mahalungur Himal subrange of the Himalayas has long captivated the human imagination, a symbol of ultimate achievement and profound challenge. Its snow-capped summit pierces the sky, a beacon for mountaineers drawn by its formidable allure and the promise of standing on the very roof of the world. But Everest's beauty is matched, if not surpassed, by its inherent dangers. The death zone, generally considered to be any altitude above 8,000 meters, presents an environment utterly hostile to human life. Here, the oxygen levels are so low, about a third of that at sea level, that the human body cannot acclimatize. Extended stays without supplemental oxygen lead to a rapid deterioration of physical and mental functions, increasing the risk of frostbite, hypothermia, and high-altitude cerebral or pulmonary edema, conditions that can swiftly prove fatal. The weather on Everest is notoriously unpredictable and can change with terrifying speed. Hurricane-force winds can sweep across its exposed ridges, and temperatures can plummet to well below freezing even during the climbing season. Avalanches are a constant threat, thundering down the mountain's steep slopes with little warning, capable of burying entire expeditions. The Khumbu Icefall, a treacherous, ever-shifting glacier riddled with deep crevasses and towering seracs, is one of the most dangerous sections of the popular South Col route, demanding immense skill and courage to navigate. Beyond the objective dangers posed by the mountain itself, the sheer physical and mental toll of an Everest expedition is immense. Climbers endure weeks, sometimes months, of grueling ascents and descents, acclimatizing their bodies to the punishing altitude. The psychological strain of facing constant risk, extreme fatigue and isolation can be as challenging as the physical ordeal. Every step towards the summit is a battle against the elements and one's own limitations, a profound test of human resilience and determination. Despite the perils, hundreds attempt to reach Everest's summit each year. For some, it is the ultimate mountaineering prize. For others, a deeply personal journey. But the mountain always has the final say. Its slopes are littered with reminders of those who did not return, a solemn testament to its unforgiving nature. Everest remains a place of breathtaking grandeur and profound risk, a stark reminder of nature's power and the fine line between triumph and tragedy in the world's highest places. Our exploration now takes us to a small, unassuming island off the coast of Brazil near São Paulo. Ilha da Queimada Grande, more ominously known as Snake Island, is a place so dangerous that access is strictly forbidden by the Brazilian government, save for a few carefully vetted scientific expeditions. This prohibition is not due to treacherous currents or unstable cliffs, but because of the island's inhabitants, an astonishingly dense population of one of the world's deadliest snakes, the golden lancehead pit viper. The golden lancehead, or Bothrops insularis, is unique to this island, having evolved in isolation after rising sea levels cut it off from the mainland thousands of years ago. Deprived of ground-dwelling prey, these vipers adapted to hunt migratory birds that use the island as a resting spot. Their venom has, as a result, become extraordinarily potent, estimated to be 3 to 5 times stronger than that of their mainland relatives. It's a fast-acting hemotoxin and neurotoxin, capable of causing rapid tissue necrosis, kidney failure, internal bleeding, and, if untreated, almost certain death. Estimates of the snake population vary, but some studies suggest there could be as many as 1 to 5 snakes per square meter in certain areas of the island. This incredibly high density means that any step taken on Ilha da Queimada Grande is a step fraught with peril. The snakes are arboreal, often found coiled in the dense foliage or among the rocks, perfectly camouflaged and ready to strike. Their presence has turned this lush tropical island into a veritable fortress of venom. The island's forbidding reputation is further cemented by local legends, tales of fishermen who strayed too close and met gruesome ends, or of the last lighthouse keeper and his family perishing after snakes entered their dwelling. While some stories may be embellished, the core truth remains. Snake Island is an exceptionally hazardous place for humans. The risk of multiple envenomations is high, and medical assistance is far away, making any bite potentially catastrophic. Scientific research on the golden lanceheads is crucial for understanding their unique biology and the evolution of their potent venom, which may hold keys to developing new medicines. However, such research is conducted under the strictest safety protocols, with specialized protective gear and anti-venom readily available. For the rest of humanity, Snake Island serves as a stark reminder that some corners of the natural world remain profoundly wild and best left undisturbed, a domain ruled by a creature perfectly adapted to its isolated, perilous kingdom. We now venture into a region of the western North Atlantic Ocean that has captured the public imagination like few others, the Bermuda Triangle. Roughly demarcated by points in Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico, this expanse of ocean has become synonymous with unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. For decades, tales of lost vessels and vanished crews have fueled speculation, ranging from rogue waves and human error to more outlandish theories involving paranormal activity or even extraterrestrial intervention. The allure of the Bermuda Triangle lies in the mystery surrounding these incidents. Numerous aircraft and ships have reportedly entered the region and then vanished without a trace, often in seemingly calm conditions, leaving behind no wreckage, no distress signals, no survivors. Famous cases such as the disappearance of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 US Navy Avenger torpedo bombers on a training mission in 1945, and the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship that vanished with over 300 crew in 1918, have become legendary, cementing the Triangle's ominous reputation. However, it is important to approach the enigma of the Bermuda Triangle with a degree of scientific skepticism. Many researchers and maritime experts point out that the area is one of the most heavily trafficked shipping lanes in the world. Statistically, a higher volume of traffic might naturally lead to a higher number of incidents. Furthermore, the region is prone to violent and unpredictable weather, including tropical cyclones and sudden intense thunderstorms that can overwhelm even well-equipped vessels and aircraft. The Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current, also flows through the area, which could quickly disperse wreckage. Investigations into many of the supposed mysterious disappearances have often revealed more prosaic explanations. Human error, mechanical failure, navigational difficulties, and the sheer power of nature are frequently cited as contributing factors. Some incidents have been exaggerated over time, or details have been misreported, adding to the mystique. Yet the label Bermuda Triangle continues to evoke a sense of unease and intrigue, a testament to our fascination with the unknown and the unexplained. While the more sensational claims may lack robust evidence, the waters of the Bermuda Triangle are undeniably challenging. Deep trenches, such as the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean, characterize the seabed in some parts. Sudden methane gas eruptions from seafloor sediments have also been proposed as a possible, albeit rare, hazard that could reduce water density and cause ships to sink rapidly. Whether a nexus of supernatural forces or simply a stretch of ocean with its fair share of natural hazards and human misfortune, the Bermuda Triangle remains a compelling chapter in maritime lore. In the Bay of Bengal, part of the Andaman Islands archipelago, lies North Sentinel Island. This small forested island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last groups of people on Earth to remain virtually untouched by and actively hostile to modern civilization. For tens of thousands of years, they have lived in voluntary isolation, fiercely resisting any attempts at contact from the outside world. Their seclusion is so complete that very little is known about their language, culture, or societal structure. The danger of North Sentinel Island is not from natural elements or wild creatures in the conventional sense, but from its human inhabitants who are determined to protect their way of life and their territory. Numerous attempts at contact, whether by explorers, anthropologists, or shipwrecked sailors, have been met with volleys of arrows and spears. The Sentinelese have made it unequivocally clear that they wish to be left alone, and their isolation is now protected by Indian law, which prohibits travel within a 5 nautical mile radius of the island. This protective exclusion zone serves a dual purpose. Firstly, it respects the Sentinelese people's right to self-determination and their desire to remain uncontacted. Secondly, and perhaps more critically, it shields them from diseases to which they would have no immunity. Even common illnesses like influenza or measles, relatively benign in the outside world, could decimate their entire population, as has tragically happened with other isolated indigenous groups following contact. Their long isolation means their immune systems are not prepared for pathogens carried by outsiders. The few glimpses we have had of the Sentinelese, often from a distance via boat or helicopter flyovers following natural disasters like the 2004 tsunami, show a hunter-gatherer society. They appear to use bows and arrows for hunting and simple canoes for fishing in the shallow coastal waters. Their resilience is remarkable. They survived the devastating tsunami that affected much of the region, a testament to their deep connection with and understanding of their natural environment. North Sentinel Island represents a profound ethical dilemma and a rare window into a way of life that has all but vanished from our planet. The desire to understand them is strong, yet the imperative to protect them from harm, both physical and cultural, is paramount. They are a living link to a distant human past, and their continued, unmolested existence is a fragile treasure. The danger here is a two-way street: danger to outsiders who approach, and a far greater existential danger to the Sentinelese themselves should their isolation be breached. We now turn to a danger of a different kind, one born not of nature's raw power, but of human miscalculation and technological failure: the Chernobyl exclusion zone in Ukraine. On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant's reactor number 4 unleashed a vast cloud of radioactive material across much of the northern hemisphere. This event remains the worst nuclear disaster in history, its consequences still palpable today within the heavily contaminated zone. Immediately following the disaster, an area of approximately 2,600 square kilometers, or 1,000 square miles around the plant was evacuated and designated as the exclusion zone. The nearby city of Pripyat, once home to nearly 50,000 people, became a ghost town overnight, its buildings and streets left to decay, frozen in time as a haunting monument to the tragedy. The human cost was immense, with immediate fatalities among plant workers and firefighters and long-term health effects, including increased cancer rates affecting many thousands more. The primary danger within the Chernobyl exclusion zone is, of course, radiation. Radioactive isotopes such as cesium-137, strontium-90 and plutonium-239 were dispersed widely, contaminating soil, water and vegetation. While radiation levels have decreased significantly since 1986 due to natural decay, hotspots of intense contamination persist, particularly in areas like the infamous Red Forest, where pine trees died and turned a ginger-brown color from acute radiation exposure. Entering these areas without proper protective gear and dosimeters can lead to dangerous levels of radiation intake. Despite the invisible threat, the exclusion zone has, paradoxically, become a unique and somewhat unintentional wildlife reserve. In the absence of significant human activity, nature has begun to reclaim the area. Forests have encroached upon abandoned villages, and populations of animals, including wolves, elk, wild boar, and even the rare Przewalski's horse, have thrived. This resurgence of wildlife in such a contaminated environment presents complex ecological questions and is a subject of ongoing scientific study. Today, parts of the Chernobyl exclusion zone are accessible to tourists on guided, strictly controlled tours, offering a chilling glimpse into the aftermath of the disaster. The massive, new safe confinement structure, an enormous arch built to encase the deteriorating original sarcophagus over reactor number 4, stands as a testament to the ongoing efforts to manage the site's legacy. Chernobyl is a profound and sobering reminder of the immense power and potential peril of nuclear technology and the long-lasting environmental scars that human error can inflict upon the planet. Our journey now leads us to a formidable natural barrier that has defied human attempts to conquer it for centuries, the Darien Gap. This vast, roadless expanse of dense rainforest, swamps and mountains stretches for over 100 kilometers between Panama and Colombia, forming the only break in the Pan-American Highway, which otherwise runs seamlessly from Alaska to Argentina. It is a region legendary for its impenetrable wilderness and the multiple dangers that lurk within its depths. The natural hazards of the Darien Gap are myriad. The terrain itself is incredibly challenging, characterized by steep, muddy slopes, thick jungle undergrowth that requires constant clearing with machetes, and numerous rivers that are prone to flash flooding. Venomous snakes, including the deadly fer-de-lance, are common, as are disease-carrying insects like mosquitoes transmitting malaria and dengue fever. Jaguars, caimans and other potentially dangerous wildlife also inhabit this remote wilderness, adding another layer of risk for anyone attempting to traverse it. Beyond the formidable natural obstacles, the Darien Gap has gained a notorious reputation as a lawless territory. Its remoteness and lack of government control have made it a haven for drug traffickers, smugglers and various armed groups. For decades, it has been a corridor for illicit activities, and encounters with these criminal elements pose a significant threat to travelers. Migrants attempting to make the perilous journey north from South America often fall victim to exploitation, violence and robbery within the gap. The indigenous communities, such as the Embera and Kuna people who have inhabited the Darien region for centuries, possess an intimate knowledge of this challenging environment. They navigate its intricate waterways and forests with skills honed over generations. However, their traditional way of life is increasingly under pressure from outside influences, including deforestation, illegal mining, and the encroachment of armed groups, further complicating the human dynamics of this already complex region. Crossing the Darien Gap is considered one of the most dangerous overland expeditions in the world. Few attempt it, and those who do must be exceptionally well prepared, often relying on local guides and taking extreme precautions. The combination of treacherous terrain, hostile wildlife, pervasive diseases, and the very real threat of human violence makes it a place where survival is a constant struggle. It remains one of the planet's truly wild frontiers, a testament to nature's ability to resist human dominion. We travel now to East Africa, to northern Tanzania, to witness a body of water with truly extraordinary and rather sinister properties. Lake Natron. This shallow salt lake, nestled in the Gregory Rift, is fed by mineral-rich hot springs and the southern Iwaso Ngiro River. Its most striking characteristic is its extreme alkalinity, a consequence of high concentrations of sodium carbonate and other minerals that leach into the water from the surrounding volcanic landscape. This unique chemistry makes Lake Natron exceptionally inhospitable to most forms of life. The pH levels of Lake Natron can soar to over 10.5, nearly as alkaline as ammonia, and water temperatures can reach up to 60 degrees Celsius in the shallower areas, heated by geothermal activity. These conditions are caustic enough to burn the skin and eyes of animals not adapted to them. The lake's name derives from natron, a naturally occurring compound of sodium carbonate decahydrate, which has been used since ancient times for mummification, a rather fitting association given the lake's eerie effect on wildlife. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of Lake Natron is its tendency to petrify animals that die in its waters. Birds and bats that crash into the lake or succumb to its caustic nature are often preserved in an almost statue-like state, encrusted with sodium carbonate deposits as their bodies desiccate. These calcified remains, sometimes found washed ashore, create a macabre and surreal spectacle, as if Medusa herself had passed through, turning creatures to stone. This phenomenon has given the lake a haunting reputation. Despite its hostility, Lake Natron is not entirely devoid of life. It is, remarkably, the most important breeding site in the world for the lesser flamingo. These resilient birds have adapted to the lake's harsh conditions, feeding on the cyanobacteria that thrive in the hypersaline water and give the lake its characteristic red and pink hues. The flamingos build their mud nests on salt islands that form in the lake, relatively safe from land-based predators deterred by the caustic environment. The landscape surrounding Lake Natron is equally dramatic, dominated by Ol Doinyo Lengai, an active volcano known as the Mountain of God to the local Maasai people. This volcano is unique in that it erupts natrocarbonatite lava, which is rich in the very minerals that contribute to Lake Natron's alkalinity. The lake is a stark and beautiful example of how extreme environments can foster unique ecosystems and geological wonders. A place where life and death are strikingly intertwined by the potent chemistry of the earth. Our final destination returns us to Ethiopia, to the Afar Depression, also known as the Afar Triangle. This region, which encompasses the Danakil Desert we visited earlier, is one of the most geologically active and tectonically fascinating places on Earth. It is a triple junction where three tectonic plates, the African, Arabian and Somali plates, are slowly pulling away from each other, a process that is literally tearing the continent apart and will, over millions of years, eventually form a new ocean basin. The Afar Depression is a landscape of extreme heat, aridity and constant geological turmoil. It is home to numerous active volcanoes, including Erta Ale with its persistent lava lake, and Dabahu, which experienced a significant fissure eruption in 2005 that created a massive rift in the Earth's surface. Earthquakes are frequent as the crust stretches and thins, and the ground is riddled with faults, fissures and steaming vents that release sulfurous gases, a constant reminder of the immense forces at play beneath the surface. This region holds some of the lowest elevations on the African continent, with areas like Lake Assal lying more than 150 meters below sea level. The climate is exceptionally harsh, with average temperatures among the highest recorded anywhere in the world. Rainfall is scarce and erratic, making it an incredibly challenging environment for human habitation, though the resilient Afar people have adapted to this arid and volatile land over millennia. The geological significance of the Afar Depression cannot be overstated. It provides scientists with a unique natural laboratory to study the processes of continental rifting and the birth of new oceans. The exposure of ancient hominid fossils, including the famous Lucy, has also made this region crucial for understanding human evolution, earning it the nickname the Cradle of Humanity. It is a place where the deep past of our planet and our species is etched into the very landscape. Venturing into the Afar Depression is to step into a primeval world, a land still in the throes of creation. The stark beauty of its volcanic landscapes, colorful mineral deposits and vast salt pans is both awe-inspiring and intimidating. The constant threat of volcanic eruptions, earthquakes and extreme temperatures makes it a profoundly dangerous place. Yet it is this very dynamism that makes it so scientifically valuable and visually spectacular, a raw and powerful testament to the restless nature of our planet. Our journey through 10 of the world's most dangerous places comes to an end. We have witnessed the Earth's capacity for astonishing power, from the searing heat of Death Valley and the Danakil Desert to the crushing altitudes of Everest and the toxic embrace of Lake Natron. We've glimpsed the fierce isolation of North Sentinel Island, the lingering shadows of Chernobyl, the lawless wilds of the Darien Gap, the reptilian stronghold of Snake Island, the enigmatic waters of the Bermuda Triangle and the volatile, tearing landscapes of the Afar Depression. These locations, each formidable in its own right, remind us that our planet is a dynamic and often unforgiving entity. They showcase the extremes of natural forces, the resilience of life in the harshest conditions, and sometimes the profound consequences of human actions or misjudgments. While they may be perilous, they are also places of extraordinary, often stark, beauty and immense scientific interest, offering invaluable insights into geology, biology, and the very history of our world and our species. They command our respect and a deep sense of caution. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more fascinating content. Stay safe and see you in the next video. As we reflect on these incredible and hazardous environments, let us carry with us a renewed appreciation for the delicate balance that sustains life and the profound power that shapes the world around us. The Earth offers endless wonders, and understanding its more challenging corners only deepens our connection to it.